Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing, 1 and 2. All right, let's see what we got here. I might do that. Let me see. Hmm. So here we are, another beautiful Monday morning. Um, so from last week, we had spotted this little trend that was forming, and I was like, man, I want to see if it's actually going to hold this trend. Is it actually going to be, giving some type of upwards move? So we did get the multiple taps on this level, okay, right in here. Multiple taps just walking up this trend, and then we got a gap up on is that Friday? I guess it was Friday. Yep. Gap up into this new period right at that 19,000. So we can change this to 7 times previously tested here. Now it is above this level right now, and it has also held up this trend. Now, when will it come back and touch this trend? I don't really know. I just have to watch. For now, though, it is below the ATR high and below the ATR low of this current period. So we'll see what it wants to do with this 19,000. It may want to come down here and test a little bit. At this point, coming down to this 18,700 wouldn't be just crazy. And then pulling back up if it wants to. But as long as it's under this ATR high, I'm thinking it's going to be bearish. But we'll watch it and see. As for small caps, I don't see anything above 5 that's moving. I see things under 5, and they're really not looking super hot. The leader, the cheap leader, is SGN, and it's $1.13 with 12 million shares traded. Other than that, let's go look at the oil here. So oil bounced off of this 60 level, and it also has what looks like an uptrend, but hasn't really been tested like the other one. Let's go see. We got somewhat of an uptrend, but it needs to get back down here and test to confirm. All right, so we'll see. Anyway, let's go to XOXL. Where did it end up sitting? Sitting right around $11. Mm-hmm. QQQs. Okay. Leading the large and mid caps, we have Nvidia. I don't know what is this level? 115. 115 flat is where I have a level on Nvidia. It's coming up to that level. It's hit its head here 1, 2, 3 times this morning after the gap up. Okay, let's go see if there's any speakers or anything today. All right, so today is the 14th. We have Governor Christopher Waller speaking. Economic outlook at the Economic Outlook with Chris Waller event, hosted by Chartered Financial Analysis Society of St. Louis. St. Louis. Okay. Let's see. CP. Blah, blah. Distinguished alumni. Okay, so just a little economic outlook on that. I don't know how significant that's going to be. All right. Earnings in focus as markets navigates tariff uncertainty. Well, we got a 90-day pause, so we'll see. Says Trump walks back electronics tariff reprieve as chip levies loom. Morgan Stanley, Citi cut U.S. earnings. Goldman's Apple takes top spot for Q1 smartphone sales. Stock market's extreme moves portend lasting trouble for traders. Okay. How tariff chaos gives tech CFO a hall pass. All right. Let's go to stocks specifically. All right. Best money market accounts, global stocks on the rise. Three banks introduced 5% interest rates on savings. What's that talking about? Nothing. All right, investors are jittery about earnings, and that's opening up big opportunities, says Goldman strategist. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, as for now, not seeing anything pop those skins. We got about 15 minutes until 7 o'clock when most of the time a lot of volume pours into the market and maybe something else will pop up. But we definitely see some of those cheap traps before that happens in the cheap small caps. Thing CTHR popped up here to $1.41 and now it's at 65 cents. BTOG weakened as well. SNGX popped up to $3 and now back down to $2.24. PS or PCSA popped up to 37 cents now to 20. That's not a huge move. Then SGN. So Monday morning, try not to trade like a desperate trader, just looking for a trade. Try to focus on those setups that meet my criteria, meet all of my criteria, and if not, just be a no trade. Friday was a no trade for me. I just didn't see anything that was playing by the way that I wanted to see it play, so I just stayed away. All right, let me jump over here and see what my dividends are doing here. Always like to keep the rotation moving. Okay. This one says it's up to 404. I got a pretty nice size in there. Coles I really haven't got into. I haven't touched that at all, ever. I just saw it coming down. I was like, could be some opportunity. There's some big names holding it. RC is another one that I looked at. It's a return to about 17, well, right under the $20 level multiple times. I don't know about this one though. It's pretty stable. It's been trading since 1993. Had a little drop from 29, popped back up. Just, a little relatively stable stock. But now it's at $4.43. So I've been watching that one. It pays a quarterly dividend of 0.125 cents per quarter. And it typically returns back to the $10. So and get a good position, and then if it returns to $10, just start to take some off, because it usually ends up turning around this 16, but you never know how long that's going to be. So like on this one that moved up, it went to $6 in 1996, went up here to $17 in 1997, then dropped back down $4, back up. And so that's what I kind of look for in these dividend stocks, something that kind of holds a range. But for now, with it at 443, I don't know if it can go any lower, but just been watching it. NWL, I already got a position in this one. Just trying to see if it's going to go lower. KW, have not got a position in that one. Good morning, Ghost Win. Verve moved on some news. Okay, let's get back over to Verve real quick. Gut, I cut this position a while back, a couple months ago. I don't know if Mike D's still holding, but it's really choppy, but it tends to return to some type of highs, but I just don't know. Don't know about it. RGP already got a position in this one, small position, looking for it to hold up this level down here of the 490s. And then MEI method, I cut that position looking for it to come down as well. So we'll see what happens there. Intel back over 20, man. Back over 20. After trying to break down repeatedly. All right, let's jump back over and look at Verve, VERV. VERV. All right, so it is $4 and something. How much volume does this thing have? Why is it not on my scans? What's wrong with this thing? Oh, the float is high. That's what it is. Okay. So this is a higher float stock. That's why I'm not seeing it. Let's go look at these statistics here. VERV. Press releases. So Verve Therapeutics announces positive initial data from the Heart 2 phase 1B clinical trial of Verve 102, an in vivo based editing medicine targeting PCSK9. All right. Single infusion of Verve led to dose dependent decreases in blood PCSK9 and LDL-C. All right, all of that good stuff. As well as tolerated with no treatment-related serious adverse events and no clinically significant changes in ALT or platelets. Okay. Cardiovascular disease. 1B trial. Yeah, a little bit higher flow. That's why it's not showing up on my scans. I was like, Verve. What? Oh. But it's up 41%. It is above the ATR highs. Has a ATR of 51 cents with almost 2 million shares traded on it. Let's go look at the overall chart over here. Maximize. Okay. So this is Verve on the daily chart. This has several pop-ups and things like that. Right now, where is it sitting? 463. So somewhere up in here. 463. Somewhere up in here. So I mean, not a whole lot of obvious things on the daily chart. Maybe it's something on the lower time frame. I mean, the only obvious things you can really see is right here at 673, 641, maybe 585, but it hasn't got up there to test any of that. Plus it has this little small gap right here from 520 to like $5. So it's a lot of imaginary things that can go on. I have to kind of see how that opens. Don't really know about that. But I kind of, or not, I have only been trading low floats. So I don't know. The low floats seem to give me what I need, you know, really quickly. And I can just get on down. These types kind of tend to chop throughout the day. They may go up, but you might just have to hold longer. And with it still being a small cap, having to hold longer can go really bad really fast. So that's why I don't really mess with the higher floats. Let's actually go look at the statistics on this for Verve, VERV. Profile. Verve Therapeutics Inc., a clinical stage company, develops gene editing medicines for patients to treat cardiovascular disease in the United States. The company's product candidate include Verve 101, which is being evaluated in the Heart 1 trial, an open label phase 1B clinical trial, as well as changes in blood PCSK9 protein and LDL-C levels in patients. All right, so this is an early phase clinical trial. Says Verve Therapeutics was incorporated in 2018 and is based in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's go look at those statistics. Float 64.97 million. Heavy institutions in this one. 90% institutions, and this looks like it was updated 3/31. So yeah, when was 3/31? The beginning Monday, the beginning or the end of last month. So very heavy institutions. So those I don't like because they don't move that many. Let's go look at the holders too. Who's holding this? Who's holding this? So we got BlackRock in here. BlackRock has 7.5 million shares of this thing. Alphabet, is that's not Apple. Alphabet Inc. With 12.35 million shares. We got Vanguard in here. So these people don't like volatility. These folks kind of like things to be stabilized. And so when you think something's breaking out or you think something's going up or moving out or whatever, these guys right here slap it down. Keep it within a range. Let's see any other large names. Not really seeing it. Let's go back up here to Verve. And let's go to institutional holdings. Do they have a bigger list over here? Yeah, they got 20 pages out here. So we just looked at some of the bigger holders out here. And this one isn't even updated yet. This one's previously updated at December 24. But Yahoo Finance was showing last month update. Oh, let me go back to check page 2. These folks are holding a little bit less. Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase. Yeah, so those ones, I kind of leave those alone. I've seen those variables align before and it never goes well for me. So I kind of just want less institutions in there to play with my heart because those institutions make them act funny. But if you have the patience to play with the institutions, you know, by the grace of everything that that is good, hopefully you can survive. Because the institutions, they're not worried about a liquidity grab. Let's say if this thing's trading 475 for whatever, they've been accumulating forever, and all they have to do is just dump shares or sell shares, you know, on this thing. Think about it. If they have 1 million shares down here at 286 and they're just dumping shares onto this thing, where can it fall to? And this is the ATR high right here at 377. And it can easily get back down here. I mean, it can easily do a lot of things. So it's just with institutions, the sky's the limit with how much they can manipulate you. With insiders, the sky's the limit with how much, you know, damage they can do to shorts or longs. You just got to be on the ride up or down, whichever way you're playing it. But institutions, it's usually going to get into a range, start throwing some wicks. It may pop out and just get hammered back into the range. But we shall see. You know, I could be completely wrong about the institutions. Maybe they're just going to allow retail traders to push them to the moon. Now, imagine BlackRock or some of them, whatever their positions are short, they don't want to get pushed out of their positions, right? They're going to continue to add on that short. They're going to continue to do everything that they can to keep this thing where they want it. So, you know, I doubt this thing will get over $5. If it gets over $5, it's going to get hammered back down. Good morning, Donnell. You said, why did I buy a IPO bull pop in after hours? What was the IPO bull pop? This Verve is an IPO. What's the IPO? IPO bull pop. What stock are you referring to with the IPO bull pop? Ghost Wind. Now SGN going, looking like it wants to get under $1. Oh, Bull is the IPO. Bull. Bull is the IPO. BULL. Let's go look at this one. BULL. Weeble. Okay. It's like, what is Bull? Okay, so no press releases just yet. Let's go to, it probably hasn't even posted any holders yet. Oh, never mind. Man, this thing, wait a minute. 28. It's showing me 20. Wait, am I just not seeing this right? It's showing me 28. Bull. It is a, I would consider this one a large cap. Let me look at the market cap here. Was it 6? Oh, no. That's a mid cap. So Bull is a mid cap. Okay. I'm also seeing something else pop up for small caps, which is AREB up 18%. Let's look at Bull though. Bull, we got any big names in here yet? Not really. Let's go and transition this to 50. Okay. No big names in here yet. And this is an IPO. How did they get holders? Did they change their name or something? How do they have this many holders already posted from December 31st? Or let me go look over here. Bull. No description. Statistics probably gonna be nothing. Yeah, nothing posted. So it's gotta be IPO. There's no information over here on Yahoo. $27. Float, no float yet. This one says float of 9.73, but nothing else. I don't see that confirmation on any of the other ones, NASDAQ, Yahoo, or MarketWatch. So I don't believe that. Let's go Bull here. Statistics. We got float of NA. Okay. Open Friday, new ticker. Interesting. So let's go look at Bull. It's got 1 million shares traded. It is a larger float, what it looks like, but I don't believe any of the numbers that I'm seeing. If it's an IPO, why are all these numbers being posted? Is it a trap? It was down here at open, went up to a high on Friday of 16 bucks, fell down here to 954. Regained the ATR high, but this ATR high, it doesn't have a whole lot of history. It just, this is the 14 bar ATR high. So it basically was calculating off the previous 14 bars and came up here to 27, came down a little bit, popped all the way to 40. So I don't know. We'll see. That one, old Weeble making noise out here. Also, we have another one that is Arab. Um, it was one that I was going to trade on Friday, but just could not hold up the Wilders 14 bar ATR, and I like to see it above that first. Hold that, but it did not. It got through it, and it just continued down. So now it's at 778. Now Arab is the American Rebel. I don't know if Trump is speaking today, but it gets very reactive during those times. So I'll see. Let me see, is Trump speaking today at all? Let's see, that's April 2nd. I want to go to today. Maybe not that much. All right, Trump. 16 hours ago, Trump Chinese don't have any plans to speak. All right. I don't know if Trump's going to speak today or not. It didn't say it on the Fed news. So I guess we'll just have to look out for it. But Arab is the only thing that I'm seeing that is above 5. It has an ATR of $4.21. The only issue with it is the ATR high is all the way up here at 1042. So it would need a lot of help today. Plus, these little cheaper stocks are receiving a little bit more volume right now, but they are dying. So SGN was up above this ATR high here at 105, failed through it. PCSA, ugh, did the same thing, got above it, fell back through. BTOG, it's just super cheap. I wouldn't touch that one anyway. SNGX broke through back through the ATR high and the ATR low. And then this one, same thing, CTHR. So all of those are dead down there. But I am seeing wicks on this already. So we got one wick up to this 830, lower wick, and the volume isn't that great. So I want to see some actual competition come up because it's Monday morning. If this is the only thing that is up can give a range, I don't want to lose money on it and not be able to do anything else on anything else. I'd rather just wait and see what the competition looks like. Needs a reason to move too. All right, back over here to NQ, which is still, so we saw that we got those 3 touch points that I was talking about on Friday for it to get confirmation of this trend. And now it is up here. This 9,000 or 19,000 has been tested 7 times. I need to date this too because I want to know when the last time it got tested. So the last time that we counted a test was, we had one back here. This was 6 and this was 7 right here. So today's date, the 14th, basically 13th. Yeah. 13/14 was the date last tested. Because that confuses me. Sometimes I have 7X out there, but I don't know when the last time it got tested. So 4, 2, dun, dun, dun. Name too long. Okay. Let's see, how do we shorten this? Last time, previously, I'll just shorten previously to prev. And okay. All right. So we had that gap fill down there, blah, blah, blah. But it is still below the ATR low. It would need to start looking kind of bullish. It would need to be getting over this 190 and start hitting up, or at least holding within this consolidation between the ATR high and low. I'm thinking consolidation above the ATR high, I'm thinking it's starting to trend upwards. But it's got a lot of work to do. It's got a couple levels to break. I don't know if it can. All right, so it is coming up on 7:15. We looked at Bull Weeble popping up through the cracks. This thing, I mean, it's definitely up. Um, I don't know who or what's moving it, but it's moving big. And I also don't have a whole lot of variables to see on that, or I don't trust the information that is out there. It says it's a high float. It says it's a mid cap. It says all these contradicting things, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with Weeble. I don't know, man. When did you are you already in it, Ghostwin, or are you looking to get into it? I just need some more data. Hmm. Dell, AMD, Tesla. Oh, previous ticker symbol. Oh, got you. Yeah, Apple, Palantir, all of these kind of gapped up with the market. Interesting. Let's go look at our good old friend. Let's go look over here in the crypto space. Okay, so Bitcoin almost came down and tested this level for me of the 71, but continues to hold. Continues to hold, and I've been just scooping up little bits and pieces of crypto as this did this little dip. So just looking for it to get back to those 90s, but I think when the markets themselves get a little bit more certainty, that's when we'll see a move in crypto again. Because for right now, it's kind of just been consolidation around the 80,000. It's been getting bought up in this range, but I think just a little bit more certainty in the market is going to allow it to expand more. So Ethereum, all of this stuff. Hmm. Bull is up 100%. Yeah, it's a top gainer, but it needs a lot of volume to be the top stock. Because for the most part, people that are trading really big share size, they would have that volume jumping. It would be going up, 10,000, 20,000 at a time, taking some huge volume. But it's barely touching 2 million shares traded. So I'm like, I don't know if anybody that's really taking big size could be active on that today yet. Now, if it, later on in the day, if it starts hitting like 5 million shares traded, 10 million shares traded, and the relative volume is up because on Friday it looks like it closed with a relative volume of 56 times. And I don't even know how that's possible with it being an IPO. My relative volume calculates on the last 60 days of trading. And so it's definitely not had 60 days. So that's why I'm not trusting a lot of these numbers. I'm like, wait a minute. This thing has not been trading for 60 days. It's been trading for like a day, 2 days. So to recalculate soon, but yeah, very weird all around. Let's see. Yeah, one day. So we got a couple of tests here at this ATR low, at the 19,189, and then again, so two tests. So it's gonna have to break this level, or it's gonna have to continue to be held down and come down here and probably test this 19,000 again. So at this point, I'm thinking bearish, but the markets have not opened up yet. So on the open, we'll see where that true volume wants to push it. Get a good idea of what this week is going to be holding for us. I'm seeing a little cheap one come up. ADTX starting to get some more volume there. Let's look at ADTX. Oh man, it's just a spiker. It just spiked real quick to 4 and then dropped. Mm. Well, I don't even know why it popped. Does it have any news on the day or something? ADTX. 3 days ago, ADTX weekly update to highlight recent events, including regaining compliance. Okay, that's not hot news. All right, it's just trying to survive, man. So basically, right now, what I'm looking at the top 5 on the cheapskate scanner. So that's anything under $5 that is getting some pretty good volume. Now during pre-market, TOS doesn't do a good job of scanning for like things that are up or down as far as percent change. So I pretty much just look at volume during pre-market, and then a percent change. If I set it, nothing will show up here until the open. So I just use the volume and then just look, visually look at the pre-market or the percent change. Then for small caps, ARAB, and then I got my top 10 in the mid and large caps. And that is about it. Yeah. Will you be bearish today? Or will you go into consolidation? We get over this level and just hold between 19,100 and 19,265, 270, somewhere up in there. Looks like it's returning to this previous level that it broke out of on Bull down here 27. And I'm wondering, so looking at the volume, we see that even volume was up here, 28 back here yesterday. Yesterday's period into these levels. The majority of the folks got in on this low, looks like around 10. And I haven't seen any volume that is even close to that, around 10. So all of these folks that just added in here, I'm wondering how that selling pressure is going to be on a breakdown of 25, going back towards 20 on Bull. Has 2 million shares traded and still not a lot of volume for folks to take more big sizes like back here on yesterday. Okay, ADTX fell hard, falling back towards the $3. And NQ still looking the same. Oops, didn't make that. Yeah. So overall, I'm thinking bearish. I mean, it might go up, but the way it's looking right now, above this 19,000, I wouldn't be surprised if it wanted to come back down here and test this level, especially after getting stopped around here 1, 2, 3 times. Now, I don't know if I can count this as one right here, but but definitely this right here and this right here are some signals that there was some selling there. All right, it is 7:25. Not really seeing anything on small caps. Maybe Bull will take the eyes on the day, but it definitely has not done it during pre-market. Definitely has not done it yet. Wow, ADX really gave up the ghost. Wow, big dumps. 4 all the way down to 274. This is one of the things I got caught up in on earlier this month. I got caught in one of these that it was a little bit different than this. It had a little dip and it just dropped from the dip that it was in. I was like, oh well, there goes my money. Kind of not like this. It was a little bit better looking than this, but it's whatever. New day, new week to make better decisions. Wow. SGN all the way back under $1, all the way back to 69 cents. Let's look at what VERV was doing that was called out earlier. VERV. So it hit this high 450 down here to the $4, headed towards this ATR high here of 377. It has a beta of 2.15, so it kind of follows the market slowly. Not a super high follower. So I wouldn't exactly trust it with the market, but I do know that it has a overwhelming amount of institutions in it, 90% institutions in this one. So heavy manipulation could occur there. within ranges. What is PG? PG. And a million shares traded. Nvidia is still leading in the mid and large caps. All right. Well, time for me to get on down. You're gonna continue trading. Definitely keep your eye on the market and see what it wants to do first. See what is it consolidating, or are we gonna have any news come out on maybe some type of change somewhere? I mean, it's Monday, so news can drop anytime today. You don't want to get caught in the wrong position. You know, you get into something that's following the SPY, like Nvidia or one of these tech stocks, and then the SPY turns on you, or the NQ turns on, or both of them turn on you. And right now, it's uncertainty for me because I'm like, okay, well, I see these 2 points. I also see like what looks like a slight uptrend, but I don't trust any of this. Nothing's been confirmed. So I'm like, I'll wait. This one down here, though, had been confirmed. So, you know, if it comes down to 18.7 and then wants to bounce, I'd be like, okay, I kind of respect that a little bit more. But the ATR load is all the way down here, 18K. So if it drops all the way down here, that is a big move down. It's probably going to take news to make a move like that to the low. But the high, ATR high, is closer in range up here at 19.7. 19.7. I don't know if that can happen today, but it's favoring that side. So just indecision right now for me. IPOs act as low floats. That is true. The unpredictability, I think, is even more than low floats though, because I mean, it can gap down. It can. There's a higher chance for me. I think it's a higher chance for them to actually not gap down, halt up, open up way higher. You know, especially on low volume, like very low volume, and then this thing makes a crazy move. That's I don't that risk is you can't calculate that. It's like trying to trade a tornado. It's a natural disaster. Anyway, I'm about to jump on down. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Of course, we do have the Discord. That link has been dropped into the chat. It is free. You can get in there. We talk about you know, the moves during the day of the market. We post screenshots of what we're looking at. We do all types of analysis in there, and what it is giving you building blocks to kind of see, okay, well, you know, this is how I'm looking at it. Let's see how other people are looking at it, right? Because in the end, we're all trying to trade with the herd to make that money, right? You're trading as an individual, you're just gonna get your back broken, especially in small caps. Got to find where the herd's going, get in for the ride, and get out without being greedy, because greed will definitely end you up in a hurt position. Anyway, that is it for me today. Let me go ahead and pop this up. And as always, you know, I'm going to, like I said, I'm sitting in indecision right now. Once that, if that changes throughout the day, I'll be like, okay, I think the SPY is kind of going along. I think it's going, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. But yeah, I'm about to get on out of here, get ready for the morning. Monday morning, we got issues. So I'll be chopping some of those down and make some money. Either way it goes. But that is it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys tomorrow morning and update you if I do any kind of trading or whatever. But we'll see. Let's see what I want to do. Okay. Okay. Yep. And if you have any other call outs or anything, definitely drop me into Discord. I'll check them out And I also do screenshots on those, as far as what I'm seeing, as far as the ATRs or point of control or any of my indicators that I use, to kind of show you what I'm seeing. And then, you can just make your decision, with some other insight included. But that's it. I'm about to get out of here. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.